Well, it doesn't go away either, because like when I was like going on the road, well, last time I was at Helium, like I get surrounded by cougars every time I get off stage. I don't know what it is. They all have
Stepdad
husbands.
energy.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. You can ask my girlfriend. She witnessed it. Like they get real close up to me because they're drunk, and it's like I feel like they're going to kiss me, and I'd have to like motion somebody to come over and be like, all right, intervene a little bit. But that's the kind of hangout you have to do after you have like a bigger show or headlining.
Yeah.
So it's no different, except you don't have to really laugh at their jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like their like wine stained lips are all like
Yeah.
up in your area.
Yeah. Or they're like, I got an idea for a joke. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I bet you do.
Yeah. It's like,
What'd you tell your friend?
Yeah. Sign up for a mic, spend a few years, see,
Yeah.
see if you can make it to the point where I need to
Yeah.
hear. Yeah. Yeah, that's I could see that. I could see you having kind of like the lovable, like people are like, oh, now that I've seen him talk to me for an hour, I want to go have a moment with him. You know?
Yeah.
Like, he's gonna love what I have to say.
Yeah.
We're the same, and it's like,
Well, usually I do enjoy talking to people, but like sometimes there's just weirdos out there. And like saying, I'm wanting to start comedy. How long have you been doing it? And I'm like, 20 years.
damn.
And like, they'll see me at an open mic or something. They're like, oh, he must just be starting or something. I'm like, no, I've been doing it 20 years.
Yeah, people don't
So-
know that, like, because when I started comedy, it was like, coming from music, it's like the mics are just people that haven't made it to real shows yet, and then you don't
Yeah.
do the mics. But in comedy, it's not like that. It's
No,
like
you have to
you
work on
stay,
it
which
every
is cool.
time.
You're
Yeah.
like, because you could bomb after a new person,
Yeah.
even at 10, 20 years.
Oh, no,
and
I've
you will, and it's
Yeah, all
crazy.
the time.
Yeah.
I'll bomb all the time. And I'm trying new stuff out. Like when I recorded my album, that was supposed to, I wasn't supposed to record that. Like that was my first show, and then I was going to go on the road and come back and record it with them. And they
Yeah.
told me that week that I was recording an album. So my album is literally the first rough cut of like what I was going to do for an album.
Whoa.
So now I have to do another album to make up for that one.
Is it out?
It's not out because they're waiting on me
Okay.
to do the timestamps, and I can't listen to that shit. I hate listening
Can
to
you
it.
throw AI on that? Because it's like,
I wish I could.
just gotta get it out and just like,
oh, maybe I
just
can
get it out, you know? Because
Yeah.
like, I mean, Spotify, like when I put this up on there, it'll auto generate. It'll be like, you know, cougars.
Yeah.
To
Oh, wow,
5
that's
minutes.
cool.
Like it and it does a pretty good job. Like it knows, so I can actually, like, if I want to find my way back to something we talked about in a year, I can use those. So there is, I don't know how you'd hook up what you have to that, but there's
I don't
probably
know.
some-
I'm going to try it, though.
Yeah.
Because, like, that's just, I can't do it.
'Cause you gotta get it out. I get that looking at it makes you want to quit, because I
Yeah.
relate to that. I mean, I don't watch these. I listen to them, but
Yeah.
also just get it out. You know.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm
Get
trying to do. That's my goal this week is to get the timestamps in. And because I got to do the timestamps and then name everything. But I think I'm going to name everything like what's on Zach Top's like album, just the exact same thing. So when people search for Zach Top, they just get my shit. So I don't know.
You can get creative. Like the first Bargatze album has like weird titles like that. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, I got him. Oh, I'm losing him again. Like
Yeah.
the names of the, it
Yeah.
has nothing to do with the content. So it's like you don't really. And I was like, well, that's genius. Like
Yeah.
you don't need to be like thoughts about birds or whatever.
Yeah,
You know,
no,
just-
there's really, I hate that.
Yeah.
Like, because nobody's actually looking at the name of it.
Yeah.
So, because like now I don't even think people listen to albums. It's mainly for like monthly serious checks, you know.
Yeah,
If
and
you're
just
lucky.
the bio saying you have the cred of it, I think, is
Yeah.
like that. I mean, that's I think it's like he put out a thing. You know, you've been doing it this many years. Like just having that kind of check mark on your thing.
Yeah. Like I think an album's not even what people should be doing now. Like I only did it because I got asked to.
Yeah,
But I would like to do like an actual special, you know.
you should
something.
do Dry Bar, man. You'd be great for
Yeah.
that.
I don't know. I don't know.
25,
I feel like,
25 clean. They just
Yeah.
gotta like,
well, see, every time someone tells me to do clean, it's in my head to be like, say fuck. And like, I can't stop myself. So
Yeah.
like, anytime I've done a clean show, I've had to apologize afterwards.
Well, I think that does happen, and they could just cut that out. I think that
Yeah.
they're not going to be like, you'll never get out. You know, I think
Yeah.
they'll be like, okay, well, we can't use that. But
yeah. Are they a Christian thing?
They are like a Mormon thing. Yeah.
Mormon.
So it's
All
like,
right.
yeah. So it's there's levels to it. But I mean, the audience is great. That room's dialed in. A lot of people I like had done them, so I didn't feel like it was a Mormon experience.
Yeah,
but it was, and you know, I do have to grapple with that, whatever that means. But I mean, you
look like an ex-Mormon is what you look like.
Really?
Yeah, look at your no sock shoes. That's Mormon.
Those are not going to be in the shot. Like, these shoes would never be. These shoes are never going to make it onto the internet.
Well,
I'll probably cross my legs at some point, and people will see them.
Yeah, I cross my legs. I feel like they're more in the shot now.
But I think just getting the thing out, because this is my 10th year, so I remember you from like coming to the November would be 10 years, and you were like very funny at that time already.
Yeah.
So you'd been doing it for a while.
I was probably doing it 10 years at that point.
Yeah, I mean there was a great group then. It was like you, Cody, Tom, Minori, Grayson. It was like a really strong.
Yeah, that was the old group, I think.
And then you guys all left, and I was like, shit. But then I started getting on shows, so I was like, well, this is kind of nice.
I hope they stay going.
I got like bumped up 8 spots up the list.
That's great. I'm glad you took advantage of that.
Yeah, but you've always kind of been like a tech savvy person too, right? Like you, I remember you put out like, I don't know if it's still up, but you and Chase had like he's another funny guy from that day, but like a video where like Gabe is a cop.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We used to like try to film stuff all the time, like little sketches and stuff. But basically, I just had that one. That one's still out, I think, because I did use music that was copyrighted. Yeah. So who knows?
Yeah.
Because like it was a long time ago, so. Back then, YouTube didn't
They didn't have bots that would scrape all the audio, and it's crazy now. I'll put my own songs on these podcasts, and it'll flag it because I posted it as another guy.
Yeah.
So I don't know if like eventually my other guy will get some checks or. I don't know.
Yeah.
The views are pretty low. It's kind of a low stakes.
Yeah. Let him get his 2 cents in 3 years.
They say there is the potential that someday all these old episodes could be watched, but I try to build the things so it's just fun to do them.
Yeah.
I'm 45, so like I'm really not like as far as like, you know, when am I gonna be famous? Like I've kind of been through that.
Yeah,
quite a bit.
You could just be like a Louis C.K. maybe without the cancellations. You know, just be a 50-year-old funny guy. So.
I think he's one of the best.
Yeah, he definitely is.
Are you gonna see him in Asheville?
Yeah, I definitely am. Yeah. I went to it last time he came too.
At the Orange Peel?
Yeah.
When Grayson opened?
Yeah.
That was a great show.
Yeah, that was a really good show. So I kind of want to go see it. But also, I have a feeling there's going to be protests there or something.
Yeah. I have a feeling like I might not get, like going in, I'll have to be kind of disguised. Yeah. So
I'm going to just go and be like, howdy. Just cut the line.
Yeah, because like what you're saying about the special that you recorded the rough version and then the polish, like sometimes if you're like a good comedian and you've done the reps, the rough version I often like more. Like, because I saw the special Louis put out, I think it was 2017. And it was like the last thing he did before he got canceled.
Yeah,
and that show was to me better. Like seeing him work, I like to see people like kind of messy working on it. Like a person that's really skilled trying to find it, to me is more interesting than like the final special where you can tell they've just memorized it too much. Yeah, like it's kind of lost something.
Yeah, I kind of like, I'll paint myself in a corner with something I know is not going to go over well and see if my brain will actually like compensate. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But I feel like my best jokes are like when I don't know what to say, you know?
Yeah, you created conditions where you're like backed into a corner and then you have to like, something amazing is going to happen or it's going to be real bad. But that's pretty entertaining too. Yeah. Like watching somebody not get out of the corner. Yeah. That's pretty fun. Yeah. Not if you're the guy.
No. But it's funny because you're like, I've been there. Damn, that sucks.
Yeah.
And it's like a cringe thing, but it's like you have to laugh at because you can't be cringed out because you're going to do it again one day.
Yeah,
you know?
It's relatable.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, I think comedy is kind of like you want to see the whole hero's journey, like the failures and the humiliation is good. I mean, if somebody just hasn't figured out how to do it yet and it's all that's not, that gets old. Yeah. But like that's the great thing about an open mic is you see somebody like murder and then you see somebody get murdered. Yeah. And it's kind of like it's fun to see both.
Yeah. Well, it's like the people that I notice aren't like that keep doing it is and they're not good yet, they don't learn from it.
Yeah.
Like they're doing the same jokes. It's like that hasn't worked like 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
So let's try something different, like the wording or something. And you were really good at like taking like advice and stuff and like working stuff out. And
I love advice. Like, I got thick skin for that. Like, I wish we could all just tell each other what we think. But I'm afraid to do it when people don't ask me because I don't want to sound like I'm like mansplaining your shit to you. But we can help each other if we like. Sometimes you see somebody lose them and they don't know where they lost them, but you know where they lost them. It's like somebody should tell that guy.
Yeah, like I usually feel it when I lose them. I'm like, damn.
Well, I think you kind of are at that tier where you seem to feel it that you've lost it when maybe you haven't. Like, I think when you get, there's people in our scene that are like more experienced, they'll be like, and it's like, it really wasn't that bad. You just, once you've done some really big shows and you know what like the biggest pop can be. Actually, a medium pop feels like you're bombing, but you're not. It's like, it's fine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're kind of readjusting your expectations.
I know people, I guess like you're just harder on yourself the longer you go. You're like, I gotta be better than this.
Yeah.
And so I've always been like pretty hard on myself because it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing to bomb. I bombed my first time on stage and got such dry mouth, and my friends were there, and I was just like, God, I want to kill myself. It's the worst feeling in the world.
Should not be there for the first time.
No, and like it was because like I didn't know. I won a contest.
Okay.
And got to open at Good Nights for like John Heffron. If he won like Last Comic Standing the first time, I think.
Whoa.
And so it was like a packed crowd, and then they had me go up doing a guest spot for 5 minutes, but I only had one joke that I told on the radio, you know? So I had to make up something that day, and that one bombed.
Yeah.
Real bad.
That sounds pretty epic, though. Like, you made it to some level that you're not supposed to be at yet.
Yeah.
Of course you're going to bomb there. But
yeah, no, I hadn't done an open mic or anything.
You get to feel like a top shelf bomb. Usually you don't even get the chance to bomb it in a real place for like years.
Yeah,
you're just like, I bombed. It's like, what was the odd? Like, I mean, everybody bombs.
Yeah,
there's 8 people there.
Yeah, no, it just sucks to bomb it when you're like, if I can't even get a third of these people to laugh, that sucks.
Yeah,
but
I'm trying to get more comfortable with the bomb. Like, I think this podcast is helping a little with that because, like, we don't have to be funny. So it's like you're holding a mic, you're talking, but you're sitting in, like, lulls and spaces more, and I'm trying to do that more on stage and not be like, they didn't laugh. Say the next thing, but, you know. Like,
yeah, it's kind of hard to do that at open mic since we, like, not the Southern, music hall only gives you, 4 minutes?
4, yeah.
And it's hard to, like, sit and let people finish laughing before you have to move on.
Totally.
So you're stepping on laughs a lot, I've noticed.
Yeah, definitely. 4 is just like, if you're going to like allow pauses, you got to have just kind of one bit or one.
Yeah, exactly.
One thing. If you actually got like 4 or 5 ideas, you got to like squash your own stuff. And then maybe there was a laugh coming that you squashed because you were trying to rush to the next thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I've gotten to where I'll write 4 things down and I'm like, all right, this one gets to the 2-minute mark or something. I feel like it's 2 minutes. I was like, I'm going to do this one instead, like shorter ones. So, yeah, I don't know. The 4 minutes is rough.
Yeah. And you got a nice range as far as like, I feel like you kind of can do one-liners, but then stories as well. Like maybe you kind of more into stories more recently.
Yeah.
Going like long form. But I remember even like at first watching you do like the Kia Ria. You had like some stories that you do. Or like, but then you'd also have one-liners, and I think that's cool because usually people are like one or the other. Like, I feel like most people, their jokes are all the same length.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like there's storytellers, or there's one-liners, or there's like 1-minute bit people.
Yeah. Well, I noticed like the one-liners just get people on a rhythm, and it's kind of cheating if you do a bunch of one-liners because like they know when to laugh.
You slip in a fake one, but you're still going.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So like they get that. So I still do one-liners. It's just they're hidden now. I'll just do one-liner or something that kind of relates to it or something like that. So it's like I'm more trying to group a bunch of one-liners to tell a story. So
yeah, I mean, I think at its best, a funny story is a bunch of one-liners disguised as a story, or kind of like my favorite storytellers is like there's still a laugh after every comma or period.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you have to do 2 sentences, but now the laugh at the end has to be bigger because you've like waited longer.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
You gotta cut that tension.
Yeah, but that's like Louis. I mean, he's like, people get upset about me still liking him, but I think he's just such a master of like, he'll do this long story about a bat that gets into his country home, but it's like there's 50 different types of one-liners crammed in there, but you don't notice.
Yeah.
You just think a guy, you're like, oh, I tell funny stories too. It's like, no, this dude is like, there's like a bunch of Mitch Hedberg jokes disguised.
Yeah. I love Mitch Hedberg. That was like the first comic I liked. So I did one-liners when I first started. Like that's all I cared about doing. Because like Mitch Hedberg was just so good.
Yeah.
And like if that's like your introduction to like comedy, because I didn't even know stand-up existed out of Blue Collar Comedy Tour. Because, like that's the only thing you kind of saw in the South.
Yeah.
So, and like maybe Dane Cook on Comedy Central, something like that.
Well, he's one that people will come on here now, and everybody's kind of starting to admit they like Dane Cook now. I feel like it's this weird thing where
he's nice. He's a real cool guy, but like I don't know if I like his stuff.
Some people are starting to say that they admit that he was an influence. Like, whereas I think at the time everybody was like, he's a frat boy and shouldn't be pretending to be a comedian. But now it's like people are going, no, he actually.
No, there's comedians in our scene that I'm like, that's just Dane Cook. Yeah. Like they're just fully animated and stuff. And I'm like, those are the same movements of Dane Cook. I
haven't really watched much Dane. I'm just aware, but yeah. He's like a fun storyteller. Yeah. He's like too handsome for comedy, right? Isn't he like real handsome?
I don't think so anymore.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah. I don't think so anymore, but he was like the good-looking comic. That's when comics started being good-looking.
Yeah, I mean that's not. That's why I switched. Is I'm like, my looks are like really starting to go. So I'm like, like you kind of want that from a singer. Yeah, but I'm like, I think ugly is better for jokes. Yeah, that's why we transition as we get older.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's like the hair starts going, you're like, I better start learning how to be funny.
Yeah. You gotta get a personality now that your hair's gone.
Exactly.
That's great. You got sweet tea over there?
I do, yeah. It's lightly sweetened.
Oh no.
It gets I don't know if you're not hot, are you? It gets a little hot in here. The temperature is kind of the tricky part.
No, my shirt has holes all out, so I'm good.
That's good.
Let's sit in that silence like you want it to.
I'm trying to just like let it, like it's like on stage if there's a silence that long. Like I noticed we both noticed it at the same time. Like I'll be like, here's the next idea, but I'm trying to really just like sit into the because when I listen back, it's never an issue. Yeah. But when I'm in it, I'm like, it feels like it's been 10 minutes. You ever do that? Like you watch a set and you're like, that pause, I forgot what I was doing. It was too long. And then you watch it back and you're like, this is the right amount of space. Yeah. As a guy watching it. Like it's almost time, his perceptions are different.
Yeah, it really is. Because like when you first start out, 5 minutes is like, God, how am I going to talk for 5 minutes? Yeah. And then it just goes to 10, 15, 30.
Yeah. Now it's like 5's like, I don't even feel like I can really get into being me.
Yeah, no.
It's like not even enough.
No, you're just introducing yourself at that point, which is all you're doing at open mics pretty much. Yeah. So
I like the 15 to 20 now. I feel like that's like a very comfortable amount of time. Yeah. And then like I wish that I could do 30 or more often, but like, the 5 times a year or whatever where I get to do, it's like after those sets I always feel like I've grown so much. Yeah. Like I'm just really able to I start finding new tags and like relaxing into the spaces, but then I fall back into a bunch of 4-minute sets and I get back in that like boom 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 mentality. It's a lot of it's just trying to find a way to get the time, like I feel like this kind of counts. Like we're holding mics, we can go as long as we want. Yeah, I think this can help stand up.
You think?
I think so.
I think a lot of people think that. I don't know if it does or not.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the kids that are starting post COVID, this is like almost what comedy is to them. Like it's like the special is almost becoming like a secondary thing to just podcast talk.
Oh yeah,
which is insane to me.
Yeah, and a lot of the podcasts that I see that are like really like popular, I'm like, I know that guy and he is not funny. Like that dude makes me cringe. Yeah. But there's only like 2 people that are like that to me. Like I just don't like cringe humor at all.
Like that's Office?
Yeah, The Office is okay, but like now it's everybody like super cringe. Like
Yeah.
the whole thing with like high schoolers and stuff now is like super cringe type stuff. You know, like dancing or doing the stanky leg, like you know, like
Yeah, I don't
like in public. It's
I don't know
just
what's
like,
going on in the culture. That's why. But
I only know because my girlfriend's brother is like 14.
okay.
And so he just sends me stuff all the time, and it's always the cringiest shit. And I'm like, dude, I can't.
And it's supposed to be cringe.
Yeah, it's
like
supposed to be.
They get off on being like, let's
Yeah.
watch other kid my age doing something that would be so embarrassing.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
yeah. It's like so many generations away now. I mean, that's like that kid's like 30 years younger than me.
Yeah.
That's like 3 generations in today's generation gaps.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're basically an old man.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm trying
Yeah.
to just like lean into it and kind
Yeah,
of be,
I mean, I'm getting
just
there
be
too.
old, you know? Like it's
Yeah.
trying to pass as young.
I
But
kind
them
of.
days are gone, man.
Yeah, no, you gotta get Botox now, dog. Dog, I'm talking. Put some Botox on the side of your face. Lotion up.
I am lotioning.
Well, when did you start lotioning?
It's like yesterday, like
Yesterday.
it's too late. Like just rub it
You're
like
like, oh,
lotion on the
fuck.
heel of your foot that's already just all dead. Like
yeah.
you can't put it on a rock. Like
Yeah,
it doesn't even go in. It just it's the same amount that just stays. Yeah,
That's so funny. You have no pores left. They're just all wrinkles.
yeah.
That's hilarious.
I mean, that's the nice thing about shaving my head is I just finally put lotion all over my head, which feels good. You know?
Oh, yeah.
like lotioning up your skull. That's kind of
Yeah.
nice.
Is that what conditioner is supposed to do, or conditioner go on the end of your...
I think it's supposed to make your hair have like more body or something like
Oh,
that.
I hate using conditioner.
Yeah.
It just makes my hair feel weird,
Yeah.
like too silky.
You still have like nice. You're not gonna lose your hair, are you? Is it still?
Maybe.
Yeah. Seems like.
No, it's all right now, but
Made
we'll
it this
see. I'll
far.
get on some medicine and
Yeah.
hair transplants and whatnot.
Yeah.
Because I have a weird shaped head. I can't go bald, you know?
Think how funny you'd be. Though.
Oh, no. No, my
you
whole
might
thing
be
is
too
I'm
handsome.
cute.
That might be your like
Yeah.
deal. Is that?
Yeah, no, I think
mean,
I'm...
ugly can be cute,
Yeah,
not
no.
handsome.
Yeah, no, I think I'm
Stavros,
just
is that his
cute
name?
enough.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah. I look mischievous is what people tell me all the time because I have like a gap tooth.
Mhm.
And they're like, you look like a little boy that's like up to something. And I'm like, yeah, I guess that's what it is. So
yeah, you definitely have like I think you have like a likability kind of thing going on, which is cool. Like I
Yeah.
mean, I feel like that's like not just disappearing into the sea of white guys with beards
Yeah.
is kind of a challenge. Like
yeah,
you know, if you see an open mic, like there's a lot of people that
look the same.
move this like having some way to. I've been kind of thinking about just trying to wear more like loud clothing or something
Yeah.
like that, but then I never actually want to put it on and go out.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
like stand there all night
Yeah.
when you're not on stage. It's some like orange cape.
And it's got sequins all
Yeah.
the. Dang.
Like if you're backstage, there's a whole like when you're backstage and you come out, it's one thing. But then when you have to just be out there
Oh yeah, no.
waiting, like, and you don't even know when you're going up, so you're just like
Yeah.
there all night wearing some ridiculous shit.
Yeah, like when you do like a stand-up club and they have you come from the back, like down the middle of the aisle.
Yeah,
It feels weird.
Yeah, like
It's
wrestling or something.
Yeah, yeah.
like should this be part of the performance?
Oh, I did a Comedy Zone one time where they had the exact lights that like they have at WWE events, and so they had like I don't know Poison or something playing some like metal thing,
Yeah.
and it was like the lights were like choo choo choo, cha cha, and it's like just bright as hell, and I was like I feel like that gives off the wrong opinion of what I'm bringing to the table,
Yeah.
you know? I was
You
like,
get up, hey,
yeah, how y'all doing?
like I just brought the energy down with my
Yeah,
first sentence because
yeah.
they said it so high.
Yeah, and I'm like monotone as it is, you know. So,
I feel like when I first was watching you, you used to bust into yells.
Oh,
pretty
yeah,
frequently. You'd
yeah.
mix the energy where you'd be like kind of slow, and you'd be like, "Which one of you is jacking me off in my sleep?" And it was kind of like almost like the Kinnison thing, where like you can get some laughs just by like the
Yeah.
punchline is just whoa, he got loud. I thought he
Yeah.
was gonna be staying chill.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't do that so much because my throat hurts.
Oh.
And like I feel like
that's old man shit, you know.
Yeah, it's
like,
old man
well,
shit.
I can't
gotta
do
have
the act
cough
outs
drops.
anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, I never did act outs because I was so out of shape. So I was like, I'm already sweating up there. You know, I don't need to be doing acrobats and stuff.
I've seen like pictures of you like lifting weights and shit now, though, right?
Yeah.
So you're all fit now. You can do the.
I'm not quite
cartwheels.
fit. I lost some weight and now I gained it all back. And now I'm losing weight again, but I'm not at the spot yet.
Okay.
How much you weigh?
Well, I'm down now. I dropped like 15 to 20 from my dry bar, so I'm not like I'm in the high 170s now.
Oh wow, that
Yeah.
must be nice.
It is. I was up to like 195. My weight changes about 5 pounds throughout the day.
Yeah.
You know, in the morning.
Before and
somehow-
after poop.
Yeah, like right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's some point when I found out I was going to tape it, and I was like, I think I'm bald and fat. Like I never really. I always said I wouldn't be both.
Yeah.
But then I was like, really, like I'm gonna be
Yeah.
on camera. This is like, you know, I gotta scrape together whatever looks I have left, and I was
Yeah.
like, I've gained like 20 pounds.
Oh yeah. You
just-
don't notice it.
Yeah. But like now I'm down, and I think I'm trying to stay like below 180. I think it's just good because like
How tall are you?
like 6.
Yeah, I'm 6'1", but like
Yeah.
I can't. The lowest I got down to was like 195,
Yeah.
and like my head looks big around 195.
But I'm supposed to be a real skinny dude, so it's like for
No.
me, it's like my build is like it just all goes here. Like I think like you know thick can be a good look if it's like even, but for me it's like I'm some skinny pale dude with
Yeah.
like just a big belly. And
Yeah.
that's not a nice shape.
I have a big belly, and then my shoulders get high, and I just look like I have no neck.
When you gain weight, your
When I
shoulders.
gain weight, somehow it goes to my neck and shoulders, so I look uncomfortable all the time. So
Can I get you something? You're like, no,
I'm
just
not
fat,
stressed, just fat.
It is weird how it'll go different places, and you
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, my legs never gain any weight.
Yeah,
Like that's crazy to me. Like, why are they exempt?
yeah, because they should be.
Yeah.
It's kind of a nice place for it.
Yeah.
Really, you know, because people aren't looking down there that much.
Yeah, you
Covered
can
up
wear
with
pants.
pants.
Yeah, that'd be
Because
nice.
fat legs look strong,
Yeah, they do.
but like nobody's like, this is fat belly is just.
yeah, no,
I mean,
they're not like
all
that's
the
all.
face stuff gets weird. You know, you start it's already like loosening and
Oh, really?
eyes are
Do you-
deteriorated.
like, you know how people like do that to see the skin elasticity? Does yours just like take 3 minutes to go back?
I think mine's always been good, so I haven't checked recently. I mean, I'm really
Pull
just
this
trying
right
to.
here for me. Not bad.
Yeah.
It's about 42-year-old skin right there.
Hell yeah. I mean, I think I looked like 29 like all through my 30s. Like,
Yeah.
I like really like it's not like it's an even. It was like all of a sudden it just like all 10 years came like right at the pandemic with
Yeah.
like even my mom was like she was like for some reason she was like you started looking real old during the pandemic. She was
Yeah.
like, you looked young. I was like, would you tell me that?
It stressed everybody out.
She was
though.
like, you got old fast during the pandemic. I'm like, well, you're fucking 80, so I don't know why you're trying to start shit with me, you old lady.
Yeah, jeez.
I love my mom. I'm just kidding.
That's hilarious, though.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think comedy kind of lends itself to trying to navigate that, like being old. I think there's always a lot of tragedy and pain in comedy. I guess that's true for music and any art form, but I feel like comedy is kind of a nice one to be old.
Yeah, you don't really. You can always update your stuff from going from like a cute guy to like just a monster. You know?
Are there any famous like comedians that went from like being hot to being monsters? Because like, you know,
I'm trying.
because like Louis was never really good.
No,
I mean,
he's looked the same. I feel like I've looked like 30 since I was like 19.
yeah.
So it looks like I'm younger than I am, but it's like not really. I've looked this my whole life.
Yeah, you never been carded.
Never.
You just always been.
Yeah.
That's a nice age. I think 30 is kind of like. I mean, I look at people in their 20s now. I'm just like, it's kind of creepy or something.
Yeah, it is.
I don't even think I should. I don't know. It's
Like me and my girlfriend will watch like Love Island. I don't watch it because I want to. I'll watch it because
you want
it's
to spend
there.
time. Yeah.
Yeah,
together.
and spending time together. It's the worst time is watching Love Island. But all these people are like 21. The girls are like 22, and the guys are like, no, we're watching Farmer Has a Wife, And so the farmers are like 30, and then the girls are like 22, 23. And I'm like, this is too young to be getting married. This sounds, I was like, I'm 38, and I'm like, I don't
feel
know.
Like creepy, like just watching it. You're
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I should be watching it.
I was like, how'd he get a farm? Like, where's this money coming from?
Was it back? Is it take place now or?
Yeah, it takes place now.
That is kind of weird. I was gonna say back then it was like that was a kind of old.
Yeah, everybody had a farm.
There's still farmers. They don't have like AI for that now.
They do
just
have
service the droids that do the harvesting.
I love the Roomba that we have. Like, and I saw that they had a lawnmower that's basically a Roomba but mows the lawn.
That seems so. Like just waiting to devour a kid.
Oh yeah, no, it's
not. Or something.
Yeah, no, it's gonna run over every damn squirrel in the yard, chase them up trees and stuff.
Yeah, that's when we started to I think we have enough technology, but once we started hooking it up to we figured out how Brains and Google works, and then we figured out blades and blowing shit up, and I don't know why we're merging those two.
Yeah,
like the technology that can think and then do pattern recognition, and then technology that can slice and kill. It just seems.
Yeah, it's not a good idea, but I'm enjoying it for now.
Yeah.
So, but
you
one day my robot's gonna attack me. It's gonna get in my hair and twist and stuff.
The Roomba.
Yeah.
I guess it'll wait till you're doing some yoga on the floor.
Yeah.
You'll have to wait till your hair is on the floor, so it's gonna.
I just imagine it crawling up my bed, making that.
Yeah.
So
it's unsettling.
Yeah, I don't know. AI and robots are definitely going to take over one day.
Yeah, that's something I keep trying to make that funny. I have a lot of I'm still looking for that 5 to 10 minute chunk on the apocalypse because I think about it. We all think about it all the time, but you ever bring up a thing and then you can tell you really got to have a good punchline because it's so horrifying and it's so on our minds every day that I feel like I see that a lot at open mics. People will be like, "Oh, there's a bunch of plastic in our body," but then they don't have a good punchline, and it just makes everyone feel unsettled.
Yeah, I would like to see someone actually do well at that. I think you would be the first one because I never talk. I'm interested in it, but I never talk about it because I'm like, my dad has no legs. That's what I think. So
well, you kind of mostly it's first person experiences, right? And I think that's kind of how you need to do it. If I'm talking about the apocalypse and the world, it still needs to be today I had this experience, and then you can kind of work your way. But I almost feel like you need to it needs to be through your lens, because as soon as you start being society is this way and capitalism's this way, you're kind of preaching.
Oh, maybe you could do something where you're doing mundane things, but it reminds you of the apocalypse coming. You're going to a store and they raise the candy bar 6 cents. You're like, God damn it. And then it's just every little thing just comes back and you're like, the apocalypse is coming.
I mean, that's exactly how it feels. Yeah. Like you said. And then, and then at the end of the night, you kick back and you put on Netflix and every square is the world's ending. It's you've worked hard today. You should relax with watching it get even worse.
Yeah.
It's zombies or it's kind of just, it blows my mind that we're so fascinated. It's not just me. It's the content. Yeah. And then you read the Bible. It's old and it's all about the apocalypse. In there, it's so that makes me feel good because that was 2,000 years ago. So maybe we just always think it's gonna happen.
Oh yeah, and it won't. Every Y2K.
Yeah.
What was the last one? Was it COVID?
Helene,
yeah.
And my poor kids, every few months there's some shit.
Oh no,
pre 9/11, Y2K and 9/11. That was I don't think there were any before that in my life. Yeah. It was just kind of Bill Clinton's playing the saxophone.
Yeah, no, it was a fun time.
There's problems way over there, but
yeah. After Helene, I live in Old Fort, so after Helene, immediately stuff started catching on fire. And they couldn't get it, and didn't it happen in Asheville too?
Yeah, I really think that could be the thing that it's, this place, it's a home without stairs. I really want to live here forever. I'm I think the forest fires could be the thing, I mean, it's that's, every place could just
Well, I
be
think
turned into a blanket of ash.
yeah, it's because they never got rid of the trees and stuff on the side of the road that they cut.
Yeah.
So that wood's just dry as hell,
Yeah.
ready to.
And there's so much. Can they even like get rid of it?
They need to send like wood chippers or something out there. I
Yeah.
don't know, because I've seen them do it before, so I know it's possible. I just don't. I think there was so much they couldn't do anything.
But it's just like a fuse of like as soon as it starts somewhere and it's dry enough, it'll just make it everywhere because it's like all this dry wood. It's just and it's only going to get drier. I think like wood is best for burning after a few years. So it's like, this isn't like we just escaped it. It's like this is going to be.
That's why I think they need to clean up now. Before we get to that worst part. But I guess that costs money and
who's they and how's that work? And,
I don't know, the mayor.
I
don't know. Fuck him. Like I just assume the mayor runs everything.
Yeah.
I don't think they have any ability to do anything really.
Yeah.
I think they just run meetings. I'm not sure. I thought about running for mayor of my hometown just for shits.
You from North Carolina, right?
Yeah. And the only thing was you had to be born in my town or like live there 10 years. I'm like, all right. I was like, I could do that.
It's one or the other.
Yeah.
You could be like the prodigal son.
Yeah.
Like I've lived in LA.
Yeah.
There's a lot that I can.
I'm cultured.
What's it like? The place that is a small town?
Old Fort?
Is that where you grew up? Or?
No. I grew up in Bowling Springs.
Okay.
And it's a very small town. One stoplight and a university. Gardner Webb. And that's about it.
Okay.
3 churches, though.
Gardner Webb?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the same name as you?
Okay. That's a debate.
But it could.
Yeah, like my dad says, like some of our family's buried on the Gardner Webb thing, so we're kind of them, but like we don't get money or anything out of that. So it's like, I don't know if we're related or not, but apparently my dad also said we were related to Hugh Hefner. So I don't know if that's true either.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be true.
He's losing his mind.
Hugh?
No, he's
dead.
No.
Okay.
I'm talking about my dad's
dad.
losing his mind.
Is your I think you might have said early on when I saw that your dad was like a preacher, right?
Yeah.
So you grew up with
Yeah. He was a preacher doing revivals, real hellfire and brimstone, like yelling and stuff. So maybe that's where I got my yelling early in comedy.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's like Kinnison too. I mean, the preaching and comedy are like really not that different.
No.
I mean, if it's done well, like I think a good preacher is like using all the moves and the
Yeah, I used to like
dynamics.
this preacher called Jesse Duplantis because he was just like a stand-up comedian basically, but he was like one of the worst televangelists. Like he was fun to watch and funny, but he was the one buying like 6 jets.
Oh, he's crooked.
Like,
well,
that
makes sense that he'd be a comedian.
Yeah,
he's not pure inside. Like
I honestly thought about it. I was like, if I quit comedy, I'm just going to be a preacher.
Oh, dude, with the mega churches now,
Yeah.
you could be.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, there's
Rich.
a show now with what's his name? I haven't seen it, but that hilarious dude that kind of looks a little bit like you. He's like, what's his name, man? He's in the Eastbound and Down guy.
Oh,
he's a mega church preacher. It's
in Righteous Gemstones?
Probably. Yeah, I don't know the name of it. I just heard an interview with him, but
okay. Danny McBride?
Danny McBride.
Yeah. What was the interview?
It was on Fresh Air, and this was a few years ago, and he was like, I just love everything he's done, so I haven't gotten around to this show yet, but he was like, he like wrote and stars in a show where he's a mega
that Righteous
preacher.
Gemstones is so good. You got to watch that.
Yeah, I mean, he's amazing, right? Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
I loved him. Eastbound and Down, like his first movie, Foot Fist Way, was good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I love Foot Fist Way. That was really great.
Yeah, and that kind of goes back to the thing about, like, I'd almost rather see maybe your special that's not worked out might be better. Like, Foot Fist Way to me is, like, the best thing.
Yeah.
Like, it's cheap, and it's kind of like that thing you said about being backed in a corner and having to figure it out. Like, people's early shit has that. Yeah. And then later on, it's like, you got your trailer and all the snacks and any brighter you want to, and you start, like, it becomes worse because of the luxury of it.
Yeah,
like the cheap, like, I think Will Ferrell and him did that for, like, a very small amount of money.
Yeah.
And it's just his raw, I think he's played the same character in every single thing.
Who,
he's
Will
done.
Ferrell? Danny McBride.
Danny McBride.
Yeah, but that's what I was told when I was in LA. He's like, you got to find your niche, like something you do. And I think Will Ferrell and them, they're like, all right, this is how I'm funny. I'm just going to do it until it's over. And that's kind of what happened to Will Ferrell. Like, everybody got tired of hearing his shit.
Yeah.
Because it's the same over and over. But Danny McBride, I'll never get tired of.
Yeah.
Like, he's a genius. I love him.
Because he's the hero and the villain, right? I mean, it's like you can, he's so horrible, but you can still love him,
Yeah.
Like he's got the heart, even though he's like a devil. There's something there that's like very compelling.
Yeah, no. I love a bad guy that's in any movie. Because, like, I feel like I don't relate to them, but they're funnier. Because they're like, what's this?
You can say you relate to him.
I relate to him because it's like
we all know
the actual hero is like, you're like, what a dumbass.
Yeah, it's like Leonardo.
That's a cheesy thing to say. Shut up.
Everybody's least favorite Ninja Turtle because he's like too responsible.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's so funny. Yeah.
Will Ferrell, do you think he, like, I mean, what's happening there? Because I mean, I know now it's like maybe it is kind of played out, but it's like there's still like, I don't even know what's going on, but there's something. He almost seems like some other kind of thing, like Zach Galifianakis maybe too. Like he actually did stand up, but it's almost like you just commit to a character, with like all of your DNA, and then that's just funny if you can be that.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think Will Ferrell was. Didn't he was famous for just like being out of shape and like showing his belly a lot.
Yeah.
Like in most of SNL.
Yeah. Because he was older too. I feel like he was never really young. Like even in SNL, I feel like he was like an old middle-aged dude.
Yeah. But also people just age different. So who knows? Do you know how old he was?
I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, he must be like 60 or something now, right? Or 50s. And I mean, when he was on SNL, that was like 30 years ago. So maybe he was like in his 30s, but he was like an old. He did that thing where he looked like shit, and that helped him. But then he stayed looking.
Yeah, now he just has gray hair.
Yeah.
Looks the same, though.
Yeah. But there's just something in the eyes. I don't know. It's a different kind of thing. I don't know. I mean, I feel like you have a little bit of that where it's like, you have jokes and writing and all that, but there's just something kind of like you just up there like tying your shoe and people are like, kind of like, what is,
What's he up to?
Yeah, there's just like a certain like pull, which is, there's so many different ways to do it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you call it charisma or what, but like, I mean, Hillary, it's like she's,
Hillary's charisma.
She hasn't got to the jokes yet, but the room's kind of like going like, what's she going to say?
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas like some of us might have to start being like saying some things. Be like, no, hold on.
Yeah.
It's going to.
Listen, I know I look like everybody else.
Exactly.
So. Yeah, especially when they put like all the bearded white guys in a row.
Yeah.
I'm like, you can't do that.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm Southern, so I feel like that my accent gets me out of it a little bit.
For sure.
So, but everybody else doesn't have that. So
yeah, and I'm from Tennessee too, but it's just like,
that sucks. Yeah, my family was poor though.
Yeah.
So like this is like trailer park.
I was like riding jet skis.
Yeah. Jet skis. I was fucking sucking gasoline out of the jet skis for my Saturn.
Well, I've come to Saturn. That's not very Southern.
No, I had a Saturn. Was it SC2?
I guess they were built in the South, weren't they? So maybe the Saturn.
I have no idea. They were just a cheap car.
It felt progressive though, like the name, like it's like a planet.
Yeah.
Does it feel very? Should be called like
the cheapest car and like
named after a Civil War cannon or something, not like a planet.
Yeah, they have one called Colonel Mustard. Or Stonewall Jackson, that'd be a good one. Stonewall's a good car name.
That was Clue.
Yeah. That was Clue. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've come to realize I grew up in like, I kind of identify as Southern, but I grew up in Oak Ridge, Tennessee, so it's like a science-y, like, so it really was like a oasis of like not really the South.
Yeah.
So I've come to realize that I'm like, don't really belong in the South or, another place. Like I identify with.
You look like you belong in Pennsylvania. Not really northern, not really like as far as accent. It's kind of just like
my wife is from Pennsylvania, like middle of nowhere, Pennsylvania, and like I don't know if you know how redneck that shit is, but
No.
it's like so redneck. Like
Really?
My 5 brothers-in-law seriously are like, they hunt. Like, it's cheap. Like, you can get a lake house for like $80,000, and it's just like, you definitely cannot be gay. Like, it's like, I mean, that's
not even a little bit.
No, it's I mean, it's like, it's crazy. Like, it's crazy how I had thought that was Southern, but actually, like, redneck, like rural culture is not necessarily. I mean, they don't have a Southern accents, but they have their own like yins. I can't really do it.
That's what Indianapolis is like. It's like when I went on stage and I looked down, I was like, these all look like rednecks.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And they definitely were. It's just like a different kind.
Yeah.
Like Ohio's like a different kind of redneck. They're more racist than North Carolina, I think. Because like I went through Ohio one time, and there was like this little tiny house that was like, I guess, the town hall, and it had a rebel, like, Confederate flag flying.
I saw one in Pennsylvania. I'm like, where do
you buy those anymore?
Like, yeah, and I mean,
those
why is it
down?
all the way up here? Like,
yeah,
and it's like, did the guy like move from down here up there? Like, I mean, how do you you weren't even on that side of it?
Is it illegal to sell those now?
I don't think so. Yeah,
because it's kind of like Nazi stuff. Like, you can't like sell Nazi memorabilia.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think it's like, I think there's still a lot of folks that feel like it's pride, not prejudice, which is not my view, but I can kind of understand it.
Yeah. Oh, you're good. Yeah, it tends to overheat at around 45 or something like that.
Yeah, the fans usually takes care of it.
Well, they do have a new Canon one that has a fan built into it. I saw it like today. Like, it's just it's kind of like the same thing, except it's a little thicker and has a fan built into it, so it doesn't overheat.
Oh, cool.
Which I thought was cool, but I'm like, that's the first thing that's going to break in the camera is that.
Yeah.
Like, your little tiny fan. Get out of here.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I like the conversation though about like, I think that Ryan Gordon, you know, the Southern accent helps.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he's great. Like, he's got a lot of things going on. So I'm not trying to be like, that's the only reason, but it's like, I think there is something about it. Like Nate Bargatze, like, it's just kind of a more, I don't know, there's something nice about it. Like, it's kind of nicer to listen to than like,
I think it's
like an
just
NPR voice.
It's slow.
Slow. It's more musical. I think it's more like melodic, whereas, you know, like, it doesn't feel like it's talking down to you.
Yeah.
Like, nobody wants to hear somebody being like, actually, you know, I have 3 degrees, and some like voices just sound like they're better than you. And it's like, and you in your mind you go, fuck that voice. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody, when I go up there, like, he seems pretty dumb.
Yeah.
I feel better than him.
But that's what you want. And then you start saying interesting things, and it's like, then it's like, there's kind of a surprise in that, which is like kind of a nice thing. Yeah,
I haven't got this often with mini jokes, but I'll tell a joke right after, like, saying I'm stupid or something like that, or a story that just lets you know I'm dumb.
Yeah.
And I'll say one that's like somewhat smart, and then people like will start clapping. I'm like, all right, that hurts my feelings a little bit.
Like, let's do like a special Olympics.
He did it. He did it.
I mean, like, Norm's one of my all-time favorites, and he, you know, he's not Southern. He's from like rural Canada, like a farmer, and he really, like, he's smart enough to know that you downplay your intelligence during comedy. And then because he's like a brilliant guy and he's saying all these cool things, but the first thing he does is kind of like, sound, you know, and that's a great way to do it, I think. Yeah,
I don't know who said this. It might have been Steve Martin or something. I think it was Steve Martin. He's like, dumb comedian will go up and try to act smart, but a smart comedian will go up and try to act dumb.
Yeah, exactly.
Something like that.
You're smart enough to know you don't gain anything by acting smart.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's true at work and anywhere. Anybody that's like, actually, I'm just like, this is the dumbest person.
Yeah.
The person trying to act the smartest is the dumbest.
Yeah, you can't be too verbose either.
Yeah.
Like, you have to really dumb your words down a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, because I'd noticed when other comedians, I was like, I know what that word kind of means out of context, but I'm like, people will get stuck on that. Be like, what does he mean by that?
Yeah.
So.
And I think it was like Cody was saying, somebody said that like, comedy is talking about a highbrow thing in a lowbrow way, or vice versa. So it's like, if you're up there telling your stories and actually saying some things, like to do it in a way that almost sounds like you shouldn't be talking, you shouldn't have a mic. There's just something compelling in that.
What, you shouldn't have a mic?
Yeah, like if you sound like you shouldn't have a mic and then you prove that you should, that's pretty fun, like.
Yeah.
I don't know. That might have not made sense.
Sounds like Leah Garth.
Yeah. I mean, when it's clicking.
Yeah. Not exactly someone you want to be your role model, I don't think. But yeah, she definitely does that.
Yeah.
Because like sometimes she'll say something so off the wall, it's like hilarious.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's just craziness.
Yeah.
So.
No, I mean, she's fun to get on here because it's like she kind of does comedy, kind of like how she does. It's like she doesn't know, like 30 seconds from now where it's gonna be.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
she doesn't know where it's going when she starts, which is fun to watch.
Yeah, but then it's like none of those will ever become repeatable bits, which I think is a little sad.
Yeah.
It's like, but there's part of me that wants to like make a documentary about her and like, because I think there's so much raw potential there, but then it's never probably gonna be like, she's never gonna.
I'd watch that documentary.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that'd be a good documentary.
It'd be great. Like if you followed Leah around for a month, and just taped as much as you could, and then edited it into a coherent or just incoherent
subtitles.
Yeah, subtitles. Slow the speed down.
Yeah,
there's something there.
Yeah, I think so too.
I don't know. I mean, there's so many different ways to do it. That's kind of like part of what I like about doing this is like, we talk about stand-up like it's just we're all doing one thing, but it's not at all. It's like
everybody's doing something different.
Yeah, but you're just trying to get the laugh and get on, have them like you or whatever. Yeah,
exactly. And it's crazy how some people do it. Like you seem very unlikable, but somehow the audience likes you. Like you're not even fun to be around in person. Like, how do they like you?
I know. I mean, I think if I was like Hillary, like I'd be doing a lot farther along with it. Yeah. Like that's kind of part of my challenge is nobody's like, give that guy a mic. Let's see. With her, they're like, please get her. Let's. Yeah. Like they already want that from.
Yeah, they won't give her a mic because she's already so loud in the back.
Yeah.
That, like she might as well have a mic on her. She's so loud. I think it's hilarious. I would be standing outside of like the music hall or something, and I could hear her getting out of her car in the parking lot behind it,
Yeah.
Like it's just like I have a tuned sense for when Hillary's coming up.
Yeah.
So
sometimes she'll give you a laugh when you need one.
Yeah.
You ever get one?
No, she never laughs at my jokes.
Okay.
I don't know why. I never hear her laugh. But I think she usually goes before me and then bounces.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Which I don't. I love doing that. Just go up and be like,
oh yeah,
I got stuff to do. You know? I got to paint some cabinets or something.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't like hanging out. I'm always like, as soon as I go up, I'm like, much longer do I need to?
Yeah.
And then I usually go out the back to downstairs, so I don't even have to like say goodbye.
Because like an Irish goodbye is the best thing to do.
It is the best.
But like I'll just be like, all right, peace out. I'm going to walk through y'all's cameras out the front.
Ruined.
Sorry. I was like, I gotta go. I usually try to go as soon as I get off. Like I'll pay my tab and then leave. So
yeah.
And I'm always walking in front of a camera I don't see. So a lot of people probably have videos of my head like trying to duck down.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So all my reels, I'm like, well, I can't use that because apparently Jason doesn't give a shit about. Can stay 4 more minutes to. Oh shit! Ryan's trying to do jokes. Fucking get me. Yeah, I feel like comedy. You can almost like your weaknesses can become like that's the idea of like more than the other things I've done. Like being like trying to transform not being likable into like a bit like if you can do that alchemy, it's incredible.
Yeah. I don't know anybody that's like done it super successfully, because usually it's like it'll happen one set and then you're like, and then people don't like you for all your other sets because you can't figure out what it was you did.
It was just some weird, like the weather or something.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
It was a full moon. Like people were laughing at dumb things. But I don't know.
I think one time we were talking about jokes, and you were saying that you like to write things out, like you like sit down and write it out before.
Yeah, I'll sit down and write it out or type it out, and then I like highlight it and stuff at where the jokes are supposed to be, and then I just try to cut it down from there. I forget who. It's like when I first started, somebody said they did that, and it might have been like Jerry Seinfeld or something, and I just always did it.
So that's the first thing you do? Is you?
The first thing I do is I'll write it all out, and then I'll try it on stage, and the parts I didn't have figured out, I'd write in, and then I would highlight after that, and then try to shrink it down to where the highlighted parts are close. So,
and highlighted means like this is probably
that's
a joke.
the laugh.
Yeah, that's like the thing we were talking about where you're disguising one-liners or jokes as a story.
Yeah, exactly. So, I'll only highlight where the laugh goes. Like, I won't highlight the whole joke. So, it helps.
You have a pretty good sense of, like, because you're guessing where the laugh is going to be.
I feel like I have a good sense of it now. Like, I know my voice well enough to know what will get a laugh and what won't really.
Yeah.
And me being hateful whatsoever never gets a laugh. Like, me being hateful never gets a laugh. I'll go up there in a bad mood, and I'm like, I'm not getting any laughs today. You know? Because, like...
It must be hard with all the hate you have in your heart.
Yeah, dude, have lots of hate. I mean, medications are helping, but so much hate.
Try to, like, cram it down?
Yeah. With drugs. Yeah. But...
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, I've only heard that from a few people because I feel like I was hearing a lot, like, you got to write on stage, but then I've heard that... Fortune Feemster said that, like, in a... I don't know. There's a podcast I listened to, and she was saying that's the first thing she does too. Is she like writes it all out? She's like, I know you're not supposed to, but I write it all out, and then it still feels like to me like she's just talking.
Yeah. Well, yeah, to me like writing on stage, like nobody can do that successfully, like that are in open mics.
Yeah.
So, anytime someone asks me advice or something, I'm like, just write it all out. Like, don't try to go up there and figure it out on stage because you're, like, still nervous. Like, you got to get comfortable before you can write on stage.
Yeah, and you need more time for that, too. Like, if I was getting to do, like, hours every weekend, you know, then I think maybe I could have the space. You know, you start with some tight shit and you end with some tight shit, then you have the luxury. But, yeah, 4 minutes is not enough time to...
Yeah, it's really not. So, I think just getting comfortable on stage is what you need right before you can write on stage. Because I feel like the confidence is there before the actual jokes are. So
yeah, I mean, without the confidence, it doesn't matter how good the jokes are.
Yeah,
it's like Mitch Hedberg. You know, those jokes. Not like anybody could just say those jokes and they'd be funny. I mean, they seem like they are great jokes, but I mean, there's a lot happening with his rhythm and his just.
Well, did you hear that his Comedy Central special he did?
Yeah.
Like, he bombed.
Yeah, he's pissed. He's like, yeah, I don't know why none of y'all know who I am. He's like, it's great, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I love it. Like, he's like, the first minutes, he's just, like, talking about how he's bombing.
Yeah.
And they just left it in.
Yeah. It was really good. But, like, I bought that album. I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
But... Because, like, I just love how he was sitting down at one point telling jokes, just, like, exhausted, you know?
Well, he's weird because there's clips of him on Letterman so nervous that he can't even hold the mic. So he's like, he never really, he was always kind of a wreck.
Yeah, I think that
he died because he was
on heroin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know why I'm laughing. It's horrible. But
yeah, but he wore glasses, too, I think, because he was nervous. I don't think he was ever that comfortable on stage. It didn't seem like.
I don't think so. No.
So I guess you can be uncomfortable on stage and do well too.
Unlikable, uncomfortable.
Yeah, it works.
Murder in every room.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you have things that you want to do that you haven't done yet with comedy? Are you
just the special.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like now I'm getting in a stride of writing. Stuff that like goes together. So I'm pretty happy where I'm at right now. So there's nothing I'm really like trying to do.
Yeah.
What about you?
I mean, I've been just focused on just the reps, you know.
Yeah.
But now I'm like starting to think that that's not just trying to get up as much as possible is like not.
I get up once a week and that's enough for me.
Yeah, like the farther you go, the more you could kind of simulate You can spend your own time. Like,
yeah. And I feel like that's worth more than going up. Because, like, I don't write if I go up. Really. I'll write when I get back. I'll write down something that went well or something like that. But most of the time, I just have to look at a video that I took or something. But what were we talking about?
just like goals would not be there. It's too strict of a word, but just like, we talked about where we've been and thoughts, but also like it's kind of.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just concentrating on albums and stuff.
Yeah.
And like, I feel like that's more fun for me instead of like making it my living, which would make it like
don't do that.
Not fun.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so I just want to do that. I'd like to get a late night. That'd be fun. Because that's only 5 minutes. That's not bad.
That's still a thing? Yeah, because when I started, that was like all the Conan was like the...
Yeah, I don't think it... No, I had friends do Conan. It didn't really do anything for them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I just want to do it to do it. Because I know it's not going to change my life or anything, But it'd be fun to do.
Yeah, just to have the experience of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I want to like... It sounds like you're talking about like a body of work. Like, I mean, I've been doing it 10 years and I taped the dry bars 25 clean. It's not the thing I would have picked if I could do anything, but I'm like that's
putting stuff out.
I'm putting stuff out, and it's like kind of like a lot of those jokes that I've been saying for like 10 years. So now I want to write the next thing, and the next big like album or whatever somebody lets me do in the next 5 years, and have it be better. Have it be like those were my first 10 years and the next one's like more authentically me, like the things only I can say, you know what I mean? Trying like weird shit that seems like it couldn't even be funny. Like my favorite is when somebody makes things funny that like you're like, how'd you even make that funny? You know what I mean? Exactly. Trying to like dig into your childhood or just more weird places.
I feel like therapy kind of helps with that too, because they make you talk about shit and you're like, well, that's funny. I used to come up with jokes in therapy, so not. But like my therapist would laugh. I'm like, all right. I was like, I will run this by my therapist. So
that's like vulnerability might be the word there, where it's kind of like, I think like the longer you go, the more it makes sense to try to get more into that stuff. I mean, comedy's just changed so much even in the time that I've been doing it too. I mean, just what it is now versus 10 years ago. I think people want more of that. More like weird, like there's more. Comedy's just bigger. It is the culture now. It's like it's like what rock and roll used to be. So there's all these subgenres now. Like when rock and roll started, it was like rock and roll and jazz and R&B. But now it's like there's like Norwegian black metal, and I think comedy's becoming that way too, where you can find these weird corners of it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I remember like in LA, it was like the alt comics, which usually meant not funny, did one like the Nerd Melt or something. That's where I had a show, was at Nerd Melt. So like that's where the alternative comics went. But then when that shut down, it's like everybody was at the Comedy Store, So it's like I felt like the genres in LA like kind of went away as far as like divided up. Comedy club wise.
Well, a lot of people left and stuff too, right? Like you and Joe Rogan.
I left right after Joe Rogan.
Like, well, there's no reason for me to be here anymore.
No.
But
a lot of my friends did move to Austin just to be around Joe Rogan. So, I mean, it's working out for them, I guess.
I'm planning to go out there. Like, I got some Allegiant thing I gotta like cash in, and they have direct flights there, so I'm planning to go like to work from some cheap place for like a week and just be. I expect it to be like, wow, if there's anything I do not want to be, it's this, but maybe it won't be. I'm expecting it to be just white dudes in shorts talking about like abortion and shocking shit, but I want to have the experience of being there right now for a week.
Take lots of shirts if you're going in the
sweating.
summer.
It's
humid as hell.
So I've heard.
And when I did what was that one comedy club? I'm not sure if it's there anymore. There's one comedy club there, and I was there for like a weekend, and I went through maybe 5 shirts a day, like just sweating. Like because like nothing had real air conditioning for some reason. And it was like food trucks and stuff's outside. You're just sweating the whole time.
That sounds horrible. I did realize that like it's not the right time. Like I should have gone like in January. But
summer's a rough one. I hate going to New York in the summer too. That
It's all
sucks.
stinky. And
Well, it's just the subway just smells like hot piss.
yeah, because it is.
Yeah, it's just piss air. So that's the reason I didn't move to New York. I was like, I can't be on this train and smell this hot piss every day.
Was it worthwhile going out to LA? You were out there for a while.
I liked it.
Was
Yeah.
it like,
It's cool. I mean, I got to meet a bunch of people, and got to perform places that like I kind of dreamed of performing at, and so yeah, it was fun. I still like to go back every once in a while. I went not too long ago, a couple months ago.
yeah.
But LA's always like stressful driving in it and stuff, and I
Yeah.
remember that as soon as I land, I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
I was like, I gotta drive from the airport.
Yeah, that's the nice thing about being like having kids and stuff. It's like I don't have to. I can't go anywhere else. So I'm trying to figure out how to like do the region or talk to people on the pod. Like get as much other experiences as I can here and take trips. But like when you leave and live somewhere, you definitely come back better. I've noticed that. I've just seen a lot of y'all.
Well,
do
I felt
that.
like I got worse when I was over there, and then I got back. I got better because there's actual audience here.
Yeah.
Like I'd rather do one show a week that has a big audience than like
only comics.
Yeah,
mics.
7 only comics things.
I don't think there's any value in doing mics for comics. Like,
Yeah, there really
I think
isn't.
it's for me. It's definitely negative value because
Yeah.
that was a rookie thing. My first years, I was like, oh, I'm in DC. I'll go do a big city mic, and it was like I left those mics being like, I would definitely quit.
Yeah.
And you see people quit. You see people move to New York to do stand up, and then you like go visit, and they're like, I don't do stand up anymore. It was just too disheartening.
Yeah, like you have to like already have a name before you go up there.
Yeah.
So you can get into clubs and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, man. It's rough. It's rough out there.
I mean, but it's like having it's rough, like getting, like, I think what you said about not trying to make a living off of it. Like that's, I did all that with music, like when in my 20s, and really tried to like get signed. And I just, by the end of it, I just hated it so much. So I came to comedy being like, you get to meet all these cool people, like just trying to get better at something so hard.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's fun. It's cool. It's like,
Yeah.
I got to meet all these people. I've traveled. Like I have a day job. Like I don't think it would be more enjoyable if I was on the road all year and was like, and then there's the pressure to follow yourself because that's where your money comes from.
Yeah,
and
like
people are being nice to you just because they think they can get you, and it's like it sounds fucking horrible. It's like a Black Mirror episode, honestly.
Yeah, no, I always was scared I was going to die in a hotel because it just seemed that way because you were just traveling so much.
Doing all that heroin and hotel
doing well, like I stayed in dog shit places. Like I had I think that's where I started using Enjoy the Process. I was somewhere and I got the cheapest hotel because I wanted because they give you a stipend for a hotel, and I took that and got like $100 hotel. Actually, no, it's $40, and there were roaches like in the ceiling tiles and stuff. It was disgusting.
It's quite a steal.
And that was depressing. I was like, I'll never do that again. I was like, I'm going to spend every dime and more on a place to stay. But I used to stay in those places and comics living rooms and stuff. Sucks.
Yeah, I mean, I slept on every hardwood floor with just like a blanket and no pillow in my 20s.
Yeah.
Woke up feeling great. Stayed up all night drinking.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, I don't, like,
If
first of all, it hurts.
Yeah.
And secondly, like, it's weird to have some 45-year-old dad like on your, like, I'm not even trying to be like, I don't want to, even when people in their 20s are like, you can crash, I'm like, it'd just be weird. I'm just
no.
I don't want to,
Yeah.
I gotta pee a lot.
I gotta be.
There's a lot of things you're not thinking about that I know. Like my pills are like, I can't see anymore.
Hilarious. My pills are everywhere. That's funny.
Yeah, enjoying the process though. I mean, that is kind of like, haven't really talked to you about that, but I see that seems to be like a mantra or something for you. And it does, I mean, all the things I just said about being older and trying to just enjoy it, it seems like maybe that's what you mean by that.
Yeah. Well, I always use enjoying the process as like a negative. Like anytime something happened that was bad, I'm like enjoying the like with stand up, like with that hotel, it was terrible. I'm like enjoying the process, taking pictures of stuff. So it kind of means the opposite, but also has grown into meaning both. Yeah. Like I use it both ways because that's what the album's name is, Enjoying the Process, because I thought it was appropriate since I didn't know I was going to be doing an album. So it's like that is the process of it, and then I can put out another one and you can see that stuff polished.
I think the one might be the one though, the
Yeah.
rough one, because
I could die.
I think you're experienced enough. You have the material. You could die. Like what the thing about paint yourself in a quarter, like it almost kind of seemed like I'm more interested. If I had the choice to see one or the other, I would be like, I want to see the one where you're like, wait, shit, I'm doing a special in 5 days.
Yeah.
But you've done all the years in the work, but then you're kind of like.
Well, I've also written, because like when I first started, like when I did that, I had a few things about my dad in there, and now I have like a huge chunk that kind of became the album.
Life shit has happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why I want to redo it, because I'll also have those same jokes, but you also have like jokes I've had for years that I just don't want to do anymore. That like you can probably hear I don't want to do it when I'm up there. I'm like, but got to get it out because I'll never record this again.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I was feeling that way about some of the ones I taped too, where it's like, but sometimes you might feel that way and it might still hit to somebody. It'd be interesting to see.
I'll send you the rough cut and you'll be like, I don't know.
It turns out you were right. 80% bullshit. Are you going to put out both though? Like, is that...
That's the plan, is because
that's great. I mean, that's a cool story in itself. I mean, you don't have to listen to both, but you're like, I think you posted about that where you're like, you'll get to hear the rough and then the polished.
Yeah, and I think I'm going to call the next one Enjoying the Process 2. And
Roman numerals?
Yeah, Roman numerals.
TOO? Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Or I could do TOO or TWO, whichever. I don't care. I thought, I'm just going to name it somebody else's album. Like a country music, and then just make all the things exactly that, but just have my picture on it.
Yeah. Just call it Hilarious or something.
Yeah, and try to get those plays.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I still do have to do that. I've been putting it off forever, doing the timestamps.
I think there's probably an AI-able way.
Yeah, I'm going to try that today, honestly.
Yeah. Because you do tech for your job, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, not anymore. I don't do tech anymore. I just make hats and stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did you go to school for tech, or did you just kind of figure it out?
No, I just kind of figured it out. I took the A+ or whatever, and passed that, and the network plus, and then I was just doing like system admin stuff, and it was fun.
Yeah.
I was working like 3 of them at one time, so that was always nice. When you're working from home, you can work another job too. So I did that for a while and then got burnt out on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, should we wrap it up on that?
Yeah, we can wrap it up. I don't know if you got anything funny.
No, it's great. I think like a lot of times, I don't know. I mean, you don't have to listen back to it, you know. Like,
yeah,
I mean,
probably.
A lot of people prefer not to.
Yeah, it'd be horrible to do that.
But I have a sixth sense for them, and this is a good one.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you're one of the people I've wanted to have on the most. So
yeah, I've not done it for a long time.
I know.
Yeah.
So,
well, I did it.
yeah, thanks for doing it.
Yeah.
All right,
you're
man.
welcome. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Bye. Howdy.